Hello. Can you hear me? So in today's video, we are going to talk about what is the best milk for babies. There are a couple of milks available. We are going to find an answer by looking at the science, looking at the data, and we are going to make a smart decision. You need to know which kind of milk you should give it to your baby if you are planning to have a baby or if you already have a baby. So this video is going to help you. My name is Jovita Parasaman. I'm a certified fitness coach. If you're new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And if you want to support me, there are a couple of options. You can subscribe, you can even buy me a coffee. So let's talk about the best milk for babies. Cow's milk is widely available these days. A lot of this baby's milk is also made with cow's milk. So we are going to compare this cow's milk and also the natural milk. When a baby is born, you know what is the size of the baby? I hope you know. If you already have a baby, you know the size of the baby, right? The baby size is approximately 3 to 4 kilos. But a cow's baby is having 35 to 40 kilos. I don't know if you ever see a cow's birth, but I see it because my family had cow. And I have seen this entire process, the birth process and what the cow is really doing. I got really surprised because when the baby cow is born, after a few minutes, it started getting up and then it is trying to start walking. And I was wondering where it is walking. It is walking towards the mother. It can even identify the mother. And I was thinking what they are going to talk, right? When they meet. I was thinking that it is going to say that, "Mommy, thanks for giving me a beautiful birth. You made my life very easy. Thank you. That's not what this is happening. Baby cow is even not looking at the mother's face. It is going to search for the food, where the food is. It can even identify where the food is. It's going to reach that place. It is put their mouth and start sucking. Sometimes the mother doesn't give any food, so the baby will hit and then she's going to get some milk. And if you look at that first milk, I see in what type of milk they are getting in the first few days. The milk is not white in color, it's yellowish color. And I hear that it is the same thing, it's also for breast milk. That milk is not the milk what we are getting. That milk have a different nutrient content and the purpose is totally different. Because that yellowish color milk is very limited, meantime it's very thick, nutrition value is totally different. You know what is immunity? Immunity is the fighting power against virus, bacteria and all these kind of things. But cow baby is born without any immunity. That's why when the cow baby is born, it is suddenly starting to get up and it's starting to go towards the mom and start sucking that milk. Why? Because the first milk is very important for that cow's baby, because cow's baby is getting immunity from that milk. Same thing for human being as well. Mother is passing a lot of this immunity to the babies and it is very important. I heard it's a yellowish color, so don't give that milk to the babies. This kind of theories I see it, but it is really wrong. Because the purpose of that milk is immunity. If you are not giving that milk to the baby is not getting immunity. So first milk what you have to provide is a natural milk. It's a mummy's milk, whether that is a human being mummy or it's an animal mummy, cow's mama. This is the best milk you have to provide. And when the baby is born, I don't know if you noticed, but the baby cannot see, baby cannot walk, baby cannot talk. Baby is born without these features. But an animal is totally different. A cow is totally different. Cow can immediately get up, it can identify, it can detect the mother, but human being cannot. Human baby doesn't have this ability. So the first purpose is to bring that ability. How? The brain has to be matured. The brain is not matured. Many other organs are not matured for a baby. So that's why first purpose of the baby is to make maturity in certain organ. Like brain has to be matured, the bone and all gut system and everything has to be matured. If you look at the cow's milk nutritional content versus human being milk's nutritional content is totally different. Here is a chart. Fat percentage is almost equal, but protein is totally different in both species. So for example, a cow's milk have high protein compared to human being. Human being have very low protein. There is a reason why low protein, because if you want that protein to be digested, you need to have a very healthy matured liver and kidneys. But human body doesn't have matured kidneys and liver when they are born. That's why protein content is very low. So the first priority for a human being is to make sure the brain is matured, the spinal cord is matured, and few other things are getting matured. That's the first priority. That's why this milk is specialized, made balanced meal to make sure that your brain is getting matured and your other organs are getting matured. But the cows, as I said, 35 to 40 kilos when they are born, but in 40-50 days it's going to double their size. Because why? Because the protein content of cow's milk is totally different than a human being. So when a human being start drinking cow's milk, what exactly is going to happen? Question is our body is really matured enough to handle all this load that is coming? It's not. That's why this study is saying that don't give cow's milk to a baby for almost 1 year you shouldn't give. But if you are asking me what is my opinion, I would say that look at the kidney. It will take 2 years to mature the kidney. It will take 2 years to mature the liver, lungs, immune system, 2 to 5 years. So I wouldn't say that minimum 2 years you shouldn't give any cow's milk to the babies. If you really want the babies to be healthy and have a good brain, good immune system, good other things, you shouldn't be giving 1 to 2 years milk to the babies. That's my personal opinion, but you can make smart decision by looking at this data. So should you give the breast milk or formula milk? You need to understand how formula milk is made. As per the studies, most of the formula milk is made using cow's milk. And what cow's milk have? High protein. So maybe they are removing the protein content. But what is this protein? What type of fat is cow's milk have? So you know that there are two types of protein, right? Casein protein and whey protein. So if you look at the human milk, casein and whey percentage is totally different. Cow's milk have different percentage level and human milk have different percentage level. Cow's milk have more casein, human milk have less casein. Casein is really difficult to digest, but for cows, they can digest this casein. But human, more casein protein, it's very, very dangerous for the baby's health. It can damage certain organs. That's why this kind of protein is not recommended for babies. The conclusion is a human baby has to drink milk from their mother. If the milk is available, the mother is healthy, if your body is really producing milk, you should give breast milk to your baby. You don't need to give any extra milk. The breast milk is one of the healthiest milk. The nature is giving you that milk because you have to give it to your baby. If you're really thinking about healthy baby, you have to give this milk to your baby. For brain development, this milk is really important. People are not giving this natural milk. That baby can have brain development problem. So that's why best recommendation is give breast milk and then slowly transition into other kind of food. I don't know if you ever saw a baby with a huge tummy. And do you know why this is happening? When they start giving food, they're giving wrong food to the babies. This is the nutrient content in the breast milk. High percentage of fat, little bit of protein is there. Still 1.1 grams of protein is there. Protein is there, carbohydrate is there. But when we are switching from breast milk to other kind of food, what we are actually giving? We are giving high carbohydrate. We are completely avoiding the fat part. We are completely avoiding the protein. And because of that, when your baby is not getting enough amount of fat and protein, this is another deficiency, which according to the studies, which is saying that you can have this disease. It's a nutrition deficiency disease because your baby is not getting a balanced food, right? A balanced food is that. What is that balanced food? It has to have protein, it has to have carbohydrate, it has to have fat, and it also need to have other essential nutrients. So if your baby is not getting that, there will be a symptom. Your baby is going to show you symptoms. And that symptom is simply saying that there is something wrong with the food what you're choosing. So when you are going from breast milk to another kind of milk, you need to understand this percentage. Brain development fat is really important. How long does it take for brain development? 2 to 3 years. So 2 to 3 years, you really need to give enough fat. You also need other organs to be developed, right? So you need to also give protein to your baby. My best recommendation is if breast milk is available, give breast milk. If breast milk for any reason is not available, then consult with your doctor and make a decision.